Toby and the Little Lion's Roar. Toby was a little boy who loved playing outside, reading stories and drawing pictures. But there was one thing he didn't like: trying new things. He was scared to speak in class, too shy to meet new people, and afraid to sleep without a nightlight. One evening, his mother, Mama Tobi, found him sitting quietly, hugging his knees. She sat beside him and placed a small wooden lion in his hands. "Toby," she said gently, "do you know why lions are called the kings of the jungle?" Toby shook his head. "Because of their big, loud roar," Mama Tobi said, smiling. "But there once was a little lion named Canu who was afraid to roar. Do you want to hear his story?" Toby nodded eagerly. Mama Tobi began. "Canu was a young lion who never roared. He thought his voice was too small. He was scared that the other animals would laugh at him. So, whenever the older lions roared, Canu stayed quiet. One day, a big storm came to the jungle. The wind blew loudly, and the rain poured down. The river overflowed, and some small animals got stuck. They needed help, but the big lions were far away. Canu's heart pounded. He wanted to help, but he was afraid. Then he remembered something his mother had told him. Bravery is when you do something, even when you feel scared. Canu took a deep breath and roared as loud as he could. His roar echoed through the trees. The big lions heard him and came running. Together, they rescued the small animals. That day, Canu learned something very important. His roar was strong, and he was braver than he thought. Toby looked at the little wooden lion in his hands. "Mama, do I have a roar inside me too?" he asked. Mama Tobi hugged him. "Oh yes, my dear. Your roar is your voice, your courage, and your heart. You just have to use it." The next day at school, Toby saw his friend drop his lunchbox. Usually, Toby was too shy to help, but today, he took a deep breath and said, "Here, let me help." His friend smiled and said, "Thanks, Toby." That night, Toby ran to Mama. "I found my roar today," he said proudly. Mama Tobi kissed his forehead. "I knew you would." And from that day on, Toby kept finding small ways to be brave, one little roar at a time. Moral of the story: bravery isn't about never feeling afraid. It's about trying, even when you are scared. Every child has a roar inside them. They just have to believe in it.